In this video, we'll be hunting a box of nickels. We'll be looking for anything older than 1960, including silver war nickels, buffalo nickels, or anything older. Also be looking for any proofs, foreigns, heirs of varieties, or any other cool things we can find. We're planning on doing a one-box hunt, but if this box doesn't produce enough finds, I will add a second box. Have checked for enders already. Do see a pretty decent amount of older Jefferson reverses, like right there, and also right here in the middle we have a 1959, so enders look pretty decent, hoping it's a good box. So let's get into the hunt, and I'll bring you in on the first find. Just opened the first roll. We're going to start off the box. It's a pretty unique find. I was looking at the edges. I was looking to see if I saw any buffaloes or war nickels or anything, and I noticed something kind of different. Right here you can see part of the coin's missing, and I did look at it already. I'm pretty sure this is a clip planchet on a 1996P. It's hard to see because it is circulated, but it does have some slight weakness on the rim across from it. It's not the biggest one I've seen, but it's a tiny clip planchet in this circulated condition. Probably not worth even $1, but still definitely a really cool find to start off the hunt. Roll number 6, and we have our first older find of the box, and it is a 1940 out of Philly. Roll number 8 gave us another nickel from the early 40s. This time it is 1941, also from Philly. Roll number 9, 2 more nickels from the 40s in this roll. Still got to get one from the 50s, but I'll take 40s for sure. 2 1946s, one's a Philly, other one's from Denver. Roll number 14 gave us quite a few finds, including the first 3 50s nickels of the box. Gave us a 40s as well. It is another 1941 out of Philly. Our first 3 50s are 1953 from Philly, 1957 out of Philly, and 1959 from Denver. Roll 17, we have yet another find from the 40s. This one is another 1946 from Philly. Next roll, and just like the last roll, we have another nickel from 1946, but this one's from Denver. Roll number 20, we have 2 more finds. We have yet another 1941 out of Philly, as well as a 1954 from Denver. Roll 24, another find from the 40s. This time we have pretty worn 1949 from Philly. Roll 25, halfway point of the box. We have another find from the 40s. And this one's another 1946. Definitely got a lot of those. This one's another 46 Denver. Roll 26, next roll, and we could have a good find in this roll. First, this was the roll with the ender. It's a 1959 out of Denver. But right here, we have a nickel with an estimate mark on the reverse. And I think this could be a key date just because the size of the S is the one that was used from between 38 and 41. It's a pretty nice condition coin, probably an XF. And where the S is, it's kind of high up, which I think I've seen on 38s and 39s. So if it is 38 or 39S, we do have a key date nickel. Let's see if I'm right. And it's not. It's a 1940, but I was right about the S and that age. It's just a 1940 San Francisco in decent shape. Roll 30. We have a pair of finds from the 50s this time. 1956 from Philly and 1958 Denver. Roll 36. We have another couple finds. This time we have yet another 1941 Philly, as well as another 1956 from Philly. Roll 40, and we have our oldest nickel of the hunt. We have our first find from the 30s. It is a 1939. I did see the reverse first, so it is just a 1939 out of Philly. Not the DDR, but still, great to see a nickel from the 30s. Roll 43 gave us 3 more finds. We have another nickel from 1941, but it's our first from San Francisco. Yet another 1946 out of Philly, and another 1958 Denver. Last roll of the box, we have a few more finds to show, all from the 50s. We have our first from 1951. It's a 51 out of Philly. We also got a 1955 out of Denver, and another 1958 from Denver. And overall, this first box was pretty good. The quantity of finds was pretty good. We got well over 20 finds. No really great finds like buffaloes or silvers, but we did get a lot from the 40s and 50s. Did pull out a 2009 out of Philly, lower mintage, and coolest find of the box was probably that 1996 clip planchet we got off the bat. It's a pretty minor one, doesn't have a ton of value, but pretty cool to see a mint air in the box. So I am going to add a second box onto the hunt, and I'll bring you in on the first find, box number 2. Roll number 2, box number 2 is going to start us off with one from the 30s and one from the 50s. 30s ties those to the hunt. I did see the reverse first. It is just a 1939 out of Philly, but we'll definitely take it. And then the 50s is another 1958 Denver. Roll 11, we have a couple more finds from the 50s. We have a 1953 from Denver and a 1958 that's out of Philly. Couple rolls later, and once again we have a pair of 50s finds. This time we have 1954 San Francisco and another 1958 Denver. Next roll, we have our first 40s find for the box, and it is 1946 out of Philly. Roll 16, we have yet another pair of finds from the 50s. A lot of 50s in this box so far. We have a decent 1956 out of Philly, as well as another 1959 from Denver. Next roll gave us two more finds, including the second 30s nickel of the box. Did see the reverse first again. It is just another 1939 out of Philly. It's definitely a good sign, hoping that means there's silver or buffalo somewhere in this box. And we did get yet another 50s nickel, 1957 from Denver. Roll 21 gave us another find from the 40s, and this time we have a 1948 out of Denver. Roll 29 gave us a few finds after some quiet rolls. We got another find from the 40s, another 1946 from Philly, then a couple 50s, 1951 Denver, and 1957 also from Denver. Roll 32 of the second box. We're finally going to get the first foreign of the hunt. Surprisingly, no Canadian nickels yet. Usually get a lot of those. Open the roll, saw Weird Edge, and we do have a British 20 pence here. It's a 1997, obviously not worth anything over face value in Great Britain, but still definitely a cool find. Roll 36, and we have a pair of nickels from the 50s. They're both 1952s. This one's a Philly, and this one is from Denver. Roll 41, we have another pair from the 50s. This time we have 1954 from Denver and 1958 out of Philly. Roll 47, we have a couple more finds. This time we have 1941 out of Philly and 1951 out of Philly. Two nickel boxes have been hunted, so let's go over the finds. Two foreigns we found in the hunt in the second box. Did find this interesting 20 pence from Great Britain, 1997, which was pretty cool. Also did pull a Canadian nickel as well. Two 2009s, one per box, 1P and 1D. Lower mintage on those, definitely harder to find. Find of the hunt was probably the 1996 Clip Planchet nickel we got in the first roll. Unfortunately, no silvers or buffaloes, but definitely cool to find a mint there. You can see the Clip Planchet on the top right. It's pretty minor, probably doesn't have a ton of value, but still pretty cool. And then older Jeffersons, definitely can't complain about the amount. We got a lot of older Jeffersons. Unfortunately, no better dates, no semi-key or key dates. The best ones were probably the three 1939s we found, all common Phillies. Still definitely will take it. And overall, even though we didn't get any finds that were too great, this was still definitely a fun 2-box nickel hunt.